The government says movement will be restricted across the state between the hours of 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. tomorrow and Saturday. It's to allow the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission to conduct elections for the positions of chairman and councillors in all the 57 local governments and local council development areas.
The candidate of the All Progressives Congress representing Igondo Ikotun Local Council Development Area in Saturday's local government elections says people should prepare for massive development. Hosseini Ahmed plans to carry the people of his local council along for better running of his administration. He made the comments at his final campaign before the council elections on Saturday.
The journey to development and growth and unity in Igondo Ikotun LCDA start from the voting point. That everybody should come out. They should encourage other people within the community to come out. We should understand that this is our civic right. And it is time that we start with this process by mobilizing ourselves to come out for this process of voting. They should see me, all the contestants during the period of aspiration should see me as their servant. That I'm not coming there to be a bossy of anybody, but the servant of the community. And during this process, and the process of the emergency, we've been able to do we've been able to take some step of reconciliation to ensure that whatever the aggrieved parties or the caucuses that are aggrieved, we're able to bring them together to ensure that unity comes in our community. However, the process of reconciliation still goes on after the election, to ensure and give the people the confidence that this is not a leadership that is going to come out to jeopardize their dream and their love for the party. We're going to promote unity, progress, and love within the party and the community at large.
All right, for more on these elections, let's bring in Yemi Ajayi, the Arise Director of News right there in Lagos. Thank you so much, Yemi. Good to see you. All right, if you can, tell us what preparations are looking like. We've just been watching one of the contenders in this election, trying to sell himself. But first of all, I'd like you to talk about this. There was a call that the LG elections should be halted. Do we know why? Can't seem to hear Yemi Ajayi, Arise News Director there in Lagos. We'll try to see if we can reconnect before we end this on News Night, but do continue to stay with us. Yemi Ajayi, if you can hear us, can you confirm that you can hear us?
Well, apparently you can hear us. You were actually talking about, it was actually an APC, one of the APC party members, Hakeem by name, who wanted the elections postponed. And then some other parties like I think AAC and Boot, one called Boot. I don't know.
Yeah, never heard of them before.
But what they are actually saying, wants to be part of the plaintiff, to stop the elections from holding, talking about the fact that what is in law should be done. The 57 local governments plus the local government development areas. That's one of his arguments, one of his points, that does not hold
27 local government
27
areas,
local government areas.
Plus the 30 LCDAs. That has always been a bone of contention. Remember during the President Olusegun Obasanjo administration, where he refused to acknowledge those LCDAs. Of course, the governor then, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, had to look for other creative ways to ensure that those LCDAs were actually well funded.
The judge eventually turned that down. He turned it down and then postponed it to
November.
29th of November, which means, of course, elections would have been held before then.
Absolutely.
I wonder what will,
indeed. But then again, the Shomolu local council area, is one that they need to pay a lot of attention to, because they're saying that Shomolu is sitting on a keg of gunpowder right now. All kinds of contending forces, asking and demanding for all manner of things. They too are saying if things don't go the way they should, as it is prescribed, in the rules governing these elections, then that's trouble
any contending,
coming. But I'm more concerned about the quality of campaigns, if at all. I mean, based on that report that we just saw, where that gentleman was trying to sell himself.
That's what. Well, he said some nice things. The thing is to implement it about serving the people. I was watching, if you like, a station, and they were talking about two contending parties actually, and it was quite cordial. APC candidate, and okay, I think we have Yemi Ajayi now. I think we'll have his voice. Go on with your question, then I'll come in.
Good to know that we reconnect with you. I was trying to find out from you exactly what the build-up is like so far, and that call that the local government elections should be called off, and what exactly may have led to that. Yes, we know that the court has actually rejected that appeal. Tell us more about that.
Well, the court has rejected and postponed further hearing till November, which will be after the election might have been held and the winners declared. So that is, technically speaking, is a way of throwing out the suit, because whatever trial that happened after Saturday is just a mere academic exercise, because the place to nullify the outcome of that election will be at the tribunal, not as a result of dispute arising from pre-election matters. So that is exactly the situation we have now. And the challenge is over whether the election should be held in the constitutionally recognized 20 local governments or the 57 local governments, including the LCDAs.
Bring us up to speed with the preparation so far of the Lagos State government itself, and then the last SIEC, the election body there in the state. How prepared really they're to conduct this election for it to be hitch-free, fair?
Lagos State government is doing all it can to ensure that the exercise is hitch-free. Today, the state government, in a statement issued by the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, imposed a restriction of movement from 8 a.m. on Saturday till 3 p.m. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission will be holding a press conference to give further details on its preparations for that. And we shall be there to inform the public on how that turns out. But as of now, at least everything is being done to ensure a successful election on Saturday.
Yemi, what can you tell us about this simmering situation in Shomolu, where some aggrieved APC members are threatening to disrupt the LG polls? What exactly is the background to that?
Well, the background to that, let me start by saying that the case is not peculiar to Shomolu alone. There are pockets of grievances in how some of the candidates emerged during the primaries. And what you have playing out in Shomolu is a fallout of the unresolved grievances of the people. They may successful, they may not be. It all depends on how the Lagos State government and the APC, which is the ruling party in the state, at least handle the issue. Because being that they are aware, I won't be surprised if you have maximum concentration of security personnel around Shomolu or other hotspot area on Saturday, just to ensure that nobody will disrupt the election.
Yemi, has there been what you could call, in your own evaluation, enough sensitization of the electorate who are going to participate in this election?
Well, I am supposed to be a voter. To the best of my knowledge, at least there is no sensitization going on. And the reason is not far-fetched. What is happening on Saturday is more or less a coronation, not an election in the real sense of the word. Especially when it comes to local government election in Nigeria, it's predictable. you can know which party is going to win. And in most cases, it's usually the ruling party in the state. So that is why there is at least a high grade of voters' apathy, which will play out on Saturday. Usually, local government elections, the voters' turnout is low. And because people already know the outcome, so they ask themselves, what exactly is the point in going out to vote? And the candidates also don't even bother to do strenuous campaign. What you just have is just a kind of at least slapdash campaign here and there. They just go about motorcade, riding through the streets, then hold one or two rallies in a few locations, and that is what they call campaign. If you, at least from the reports and my observations, what you see basically doing is only the APC candidates are campaigning. Other parties are not. I can even say I've not seen the posters. I've not seen the posters of opposition candidates. If they are far and in between. And that tells you so much about what to expect on Saturday.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yemi Ajayi there.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Yemi Ajayi, Rise
Director News,
Director
the
in
Lagos branch.